welcome to Sheep School. Today we are selling cull ewes and some dry ewes. I have Ada with me today. She is helping me on this job, so with them sorted out behind us, we're heading to the mart. Let's have a look. Now we've 10 picked out in this batch. Some of them fat enough for the factory, some of them like this type of sheep. We call them feeders here. Somebody else with loads of grass will buy her and fatten her up and kill her later on in the year. She's just eating up grass here that I'm going to be running out of soon, so we'll offload some of these, pay some of the bills. So we're going to go down and get the jeep and trailer. Hopefully we can get up the field. It'll be a lot of rain, it's got a bit sticky, but we'll hope for the best. Come on. Good job. We're back in the shed here. This is the batch we're after running down. They're out in this other shed. Here they are. More problem cases than that. Bit of mastitis and prolapses and stuff like that. Red tags basically means no breeding anymore. So these ladies here, this is a batch I picked out yesterday. So these ladies are fit for breeding. They need 3-year-old sheep. There might be 1 or 2 4-year-old sheep in it, so they might suit somebody. I'm just going to offload them. They're in good condition. The factory buyers can kill them if they want. There may be somebody there that wants to chance a few older ladies for breeding. Perfectly fine, just not suitable for my system. By the time tupping season or ram season comes up, these ladies will be too fat, so it's just easier for me to offload them and pay a few bills. Wait. So the next job is get them through the handling race. I've the Stanley race set up here with the diverter on the end and just run through them. So basically that's kind of my forcing pen. This is the other shed where the lambing pens were. So if we get them in here, if we get them into this doorway, which generally isn't too hard to get them in. I have to sort through them for paperwork. Going to put them into different lots. So the way the mart works is whatever lots you decide you want to enter into the sale, that's the way they're sold. So say you want to sell them all as one bunch, mixed bag, you limit the number of buyers, because not every buyer is going to want cull ewes that's fit for the factory. They're not going to want feeder ewes that need a bit more feeding, maybe to be ready for the factory in a couple of months. And then you have breeders in it as well that somebody might want to buy, so we'll put them in a separate lot. So we have to pick through them, we'll mark them with a different colour and set them into their different lots. Get that done now. So we have all the sheep sorted. So the next job is to get my EID reader and scan them all. So this is basically the simplest way to scan them off my flock or out of my flock. So just run them through the race and I scan each tag as they're running through. And then as soon as we get them out here, up onto the trailer. That's it, we'll save this task now. So we're just going to get them loaded on the trailer here and backed in, few gates ready to go. So if we got about 9 or 10 on top with the rest on the bottom. So that's it, 22 sheep loaded. We're going to hit the road. We're just in the old Amazon here and the trailer, 22 head on board. We're heading for Carnaross Mart. Payday. There's been nothing really sold since maybe a few pet lambs earlier on. So we're just coming into the time for selling. So we'll probably start off with these culls and then we'll have store lambs to go and then breeding hogged ewes. And then they'll be breeding hogged rams as well. So at last we're into the second half of the year. We're just into July now. So second half of the year is payday for me. First half of the year, not very much money comes in, a lot of outgoings. Second half of the year, between selling stock and our subsidies, put it this way, it's more lucrative. So this is going to be a nice start. There's a good few bills built up from the last couple of months, so this will make a bit of a dent in them. So we cash these in, we'll catch up with you in the mart. See you there.
Will it be fun there?
Some people find it fun. It's some people's idea of hell.
What does that mean?
That they don't really like it. It's torture. But look, we'll see how it goes. So the first job is to unload the sheep at the mart, get them down to their pens. So the mart staff generally help you with that job. And once you get them that far, they're sorted out into their individual lots. So they're penned up into their individual lots, which makes things easier for the mart staff when they're running them from the pens into the ring and back to the pens again. Now, so here's my lots with them all sorted, the stickers on their back with their lot number on them, so that's the sequence that they run through the ring. So that's the first lot of breeders, and then we have a second lot of breeders, and there's that, I don't know what he is, ram, hogged ram, and then we have some feeder ewes here, culls, not fit for breeding but fit for fattening. And then here's some of the other sheep that are on show here. A lot of different breeds. It's quite a good area here for white face type sheep. You wouldn't see that many of these horny type ewes in this particular region. It's very flat land. We're up in County Meath here. Some Cheviots here. Suffolky type ewes here with the black faces. They seem to love white faced. A lot of Texel in the breeds here. You see this type of a sheep here. So here's some lots here of what we call store lambs. So the lighter lambs, I guess about 25 kilos. So I intend to bring some stores out to sell them. So these kind of lighter lambs, today is a kind of a educational day. We'll try and judge what the prices are going to be like. Might bring some of them stores next week. Mine are still on the ewes. I prefer to have them weaned before I bring them, but the plan is to maybe wean them and take them maybe next week or the following week. But that's a store for anyone that's interested, or a runner, something they're called. So they're a light lamb. So here's an interesting pen of 41 lambs heading down to the sales ring. Let's have a look and see how they sell. They're a very smart, tidy bunch of lambs, nice and evenly matched, in good condition, nice and clean. It'll be interesting to see how these sell. Now, here's the man that just sold them 131 for 41
lambs.
Store lambs, 38 kilos.
38 kilos,
38 kilos, yeah.
They were Lynn, Texas.
Lynn, Texas
Yes,
cross.
Lynn, Texas cross, yeah.
4 months.
They were, 4 months at the most.
Yeah, oldest lamb, 4 months.
Lambs.
Good even batch.
Yeah, good even batch. Like in the,
And you think would someone buy them for feeders or the factory? But you just like the factory.
I think maybe someone bought them. You sure keep lamb.
Yeah.
So like, maybe at this time of the year,
Month, 6 weeks,
there's a lot of
maybe
grass
maximum.
about. A lot of grass about, and that's looking to graze it off. You know?
This is Glen Kyo from North County Dublin.
Yeah, Winestown, Old Town.
Good man. You're running how many ewes?
I run about 800
800
euros.
ewes. He's a real sheep farmer, this guy. Good man, fair.
It's quite a simple enterprise. There's no high tech. It's
Well, that's what it needs to be to make money in sheep.
Yeah.
Right, my sheep are going in here. We're going to run into the ring and catch up with you in a bit. Thanks, then.
Hi, this is Ian on the ring now, we're going to have together.
I don't know how you describe him. He's a ram hogget now. He tried to die about 6 times. Didn't quite manage it. We saved him every time, but he's always been very thin, piney, not really thriving that well. Bit of flesh on him now. He's not the most extravagant specimen now you'll ever see of a clean hogget ram, but hopefully some of the factory buyers will snap him up and kill him, and sure, look, if I get a few quid from him, I'll be happy enough. It's better than paying the knackery truck or lorry. That's the truck that comes and takes away the dead animals, so we'll have to pay 20-30 quid to get rid of them, so it'd be nice to get something for them.
And this year, we can use that way, we go at 2022, 152 on the mark, 34, 54, you're on there, 54, 54, 56, 56, 156 on the mark here, 158, 158, 158, 16, 160, on the mark, 6 to the middle, 1 6 to the middle, 1 6 to the middle, 1 6 to the middle, so on, 160 euro, and right, our good sheep there, right, purebred category cleansed. Registered law, what are you? 3s and 4s, 3s and 4-year-olds there, like there, just 1 deals there. 130 out of the back, 30, 130, 130, 130, 130, 30, at 130, 130, 30, at 30, 130, 130, 130, 130, all done at 130. Get them over here, please go 30. On the mark at 30, 130, 130, 130, on the mark at 30, 130, 130, 130, something inside, all done, 130, any up there. Same story, you're going to see him now, I said, and what time we're going to wrap them, it's 130, colors 20, and 100, big, 100, 100, 3s and 4s, 3s and 4s, 100, 100, 100, 2, you're ready, 4, 6, 8, on the 8, 108, 108, 108, 108, 108, 108, 108, 10, 110, 110, 10, all done, 110, on the mark at 10, you're going to make no mistake, 12, 112, 14, 140, on the mark, 14 minute, 14 minute, 140 minute, 14 minute, 114, some of the back, all done, 16, 18, 180, 118 minute, 18 minute, 118, some of the back, 18, all done, 18, 20, 120, 120, 120, 120, all done, 120 euro, same there, 120, is that it, guys? That's all for the day, Winglands now, 5.
So I've the auctioneer Rodney, sales over. Mine were the last sheep went through there, so I'm after nabbing him. Got him out of the box, we're in the ring here. So fair play to me, agreed to have a bit of chat with me. How did the sale go? I thought trade wouldn't be great. How do you think it went?
It went very well. Lambs, fat lambs was a good trade, and the store lambs was dear, and ewes was up today too.
Aye.
Fat ewes was a lot dearer. Heavy ewes made as far as 192 euro.
Yeah, good price.
Yeah.
Good price. And the store lamb trade I thought was fairly good. I was going to bring a few out today and I wasn't sure. I thought
Yeah, €3, €3, 310, from 290 to 310 for the store lambs.
For the tidier
yeah,
type
good enough
lamb.
trade, yeah, for the time, yeah.
Was it a big sale today? Or how
Yeah,
did
big
it
sale, yeah, good show of sheep there today now. It's starting to get bigger, and the numbers just be starting to get bigger now. There'll be plenty of stores coming out and plenty of fats and that.
You're coming into weaning time for your
Yeah,
mid-season
yeah,
lamb
yeah,
flock
yeah.
now, so there'll be lots of stores on the market. I suppose now is the time to get them out before the
That's it.
trade fall down.
Yeah.
And what about fat lambs? Do you think are they scarce this year?
They're
Or?
scarce enough, but there's good lambs out of there, good quality lambs out of there now. Like 160, there's 168 euros tops there for heavy lambs.
Yeah, it's good price. Good price. Well, that's it. Fair play to Rodney. Thanks for talking, and we'll chat again.
Thank you.
Myself and Ada are back in the Jeep here. We've just been to the office to get our seller's statement. Sometimes when you're actually in the sale, it's very hard to remember how much you get for each lot. So you get what's called a seller's statement. So I'll maybe give you a look at that, and I'm not sure if I can get a look at actually the price I got. That might give you an idea there. And then the total price for 22 head, €2,452. So not too bad. They are sheep that you're kind of glad to get rid of, so it's nice to get that kind of money. So that's kind of how the mart works. You just pick your sheep out at home, you arrive at the mart, you don't need to book a slot, you just arrive at the sales yard or the mart, you just drop in your paperwork in your dispatch book, all filled in with the tag numbers. Then you get your lot number and you're assigned an actual number with a sticker that you put in the sheep's back, and that sheep makes her way into the ring. The mart staff move the sheep into the sales ring, the auctioneer sells them, and it's a legal agreement between the auctioneer and the buyer. So I get my check from the mart in a couple of days for the sheep that I'm after selling, and then the mart gets paid on the day from the buyers before they can bring their sheep out. So they get their commission. That's basically how they make money, and that's how the mart functions. So it's kind of on a commission based, or so much per animal. So that's it for today, folks. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, give us a like, hit the subscribe button. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time.
And remember, every day at the mart is a skill day.